Hello and good afternoon, Keluarga Malaysia. I'm Mohana Priya. You're watching Updates at Noon. Our top stories today. Health Ministry to introduce a Drinking Water Quality Act. Syrian certification for face mask order postponed. The concept of moderation, or al-wasatiyah, espoused by the Al-Azhar University, has been proven effective against the challenges of extremism and terrorism that could destroy the country and be harmful to Muslims. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the concept is in line with the call in Quran to create a society that's open and tolerant of each other, especially in a multicultural country such as Malaysia. In fact, the concept, according to the Prime Minister, is in line with the Keluarga Malaysia concept, which is inclusive, that cuts across religious, racial and ethnic boundaries.
Al-Azhar menolak sama sekali aliran kafir-mengkafir yang dianggap menjadi punca berlaku perpecahan sesama Islam yang sekaligus menyekat usaha pembangunan ummah. Kecemerlangan Al-Azhar, termasuk para guru yang hebat ilmunya, kurikulum pendidikan yang bersepadu dan manhaj wasatiyah sewajarnya dimanfaatkan oleh umat Islam di Malaysia dalam membina sebuah generasi berilmu yang bukan hanya cemerlang di dunia tetapi juga di akhirat.
The Prime Minister added that graduates of Al-Azhar University in Malaysia have formed a continuous network between the university and its alumni and have been entrusted to carry the moderation concept in discharging their scholarly duties. The effort provides benefits to the propagation of the Islamic teachings, empowerment of Manhaj Ali Sunnah wal Jama'ah, and is a strategic network for the government in the interest of the religion, country and ummah. The Prime Minister said this in a virtual speech delivered during the World Al-Azhar Day celebration in Kuala Lumpur. The Health Ministry, MOH, is planning to introduce the Drinking Water Quality Act, DWQA, soon as a measure to further fortify protection against the health hazards due to unsafe drinking water. Now, at the virtual celebration of World Health Day 2022, Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin pointed out that in reality, 1 in 3 people globally lack access to safe and adequate drinking water. He said the MOH has carried out one of the oldest environmental health programs in the country, the Rural Environmental Sanitation Program, through the Water Supply and Environmental Sanitation Unit, BAKAS. For over 50 years, the program has played a major role in providing clean and safe water supply to rural communities and contributed to the near full coverage of clean and safe water supply throughout the country.
The ministry has managed to help raise the quality of health by ensuring the safety of drinking water provided to the public, making sure that it is within the stipulated standards and thereby reducing the incidence of waterborne diseases or illness associated with poor quality of public water supplies.
He said the surveillance program alerts public health and water works personnel if the quality of drinking water deteriorates and enables them to undertake preventive or remedial measures before the occurrence of any major outbreak of disease or poisoning. On another note, Khairi said the MOH will table a new act in Parliament to ban smoking as well as vaping and possession of tobacco products in July this year.
The National Health and Mobility Survey in 2019 revealed that 1 in 2 of the participants surveyed reported being exposed to second-hand smoke in non-air-conditioned eateries and restaurants. According to the survey, more than 27,200 Malaysian deaths annually were attributed to smoking. Malaysia introduced a smoking ban in all eateries and restaurants nationwide, effective the 1st of January 2019. Earlier this year, During the 150th session of the WHO Executive Board meeting in Geneva, I announced that the government of Malaysia plans to ban the sale of cigarettes and other tobacco products to individuals born after the year 2005 through our generational endgame.
Enforcement of the Trade Descriptions, Certification and Marking of Non-Medical Face Mask Order, which requires manufacturers and importers to apply for MS Serum certification and labelling, has been postponed to 1st January 2023. Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Datuk Sri Alexander Nanta Linggi said the government understands the people's fears and concern that this would result in a price increase. He said the postponement has given leeway to the industry and the people to make adjustments. The minister also assured consumers that the price of non-medical face masks would not be increased, as the industry had given their word and had also been warned not to take advantage of the gazetting as an excuse to increase prices.
Jadi untuk pengguna tempatan yang memikirkan ini mungkin menaikkan harga pelitup muka yang sudah rendah sekarang, tidak, saya diberi jaminan oleh industri, tidak ada kesan. Saya pun bincang dengan Sirim, apakah cas yang dikenakan oleh Sirim kepada pemohon untuk mendapatkan standard ini. Jadi Sirim memberi jaminan akan dicas sangat murah, sangat rendah.
The gazetting, he said, was aimed at safeguarding the interests of the people as well as to overcome the dumping of poor quality non-medical face masks in the local market. He also explained the action against manufacturers and importers in the event of non-compliance has nothing to do with consumers, as it only involved those related to the business. All scuba diving and snorkeling activities in Mersing waters have been ordered to stop immediately. Mersing District Officer Muhammad Shakib Ali said stern action will be taken against those who defy the order. The order comes in the wake of Wednesday's incident involving 4 foreign scuba divers who went missing while diving in Pulau Tokong Sanggol, about 9 nautical miles from Tanjung Leman, Mersing. Meanwhile, Sultan of Johor, Sultan Ibrahim Sultan Iskandar, wants current diving activity regulations to be thoroughly reviewed before they are allowed to operate again. In a post on his official Facebook page, His Majesty said decisions made from the review must then be announced to restore public confidence as well as among tourists. Mersing has 5 main islands, namely Pulau Sibu, Pulau Besar, Pulau Tinggi, Pulau Aur and Pulau Pemanggil. The Constitutional Amendments Bill 2022 on anti-party hopping will be tabled, debated and passed in another special parliamentary sitting on a date to be determined later. However, the special parliamentary sitting scheduled for 11th and 12th April will continue as planned to table and debate the Constitution Amendment No. 3 Bill 2022. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Parliament and Law, Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar, and Transformation and Political Stability Steering Committee Co-Chairman Datuk Sri Saifuddin Nasution Ismail, in a joint statement said the matter was agreed during the committee meeting held yesterday. The statement said both parties have expressed their commitment to provide support in voting for the bill to get a 2/3 majority in the special parliamentary session on the 11th and 12th April. During the meeting, both parties also agreed to support the amendment to the Federal Constitution involving the enactment of an enabling clause under Article 10 to allow a new act prohibiting MPs from switching parties. The statement said the preliminary draft of the Act would be circulated for scrutiny by members of the Steering Committee on Transformation and Political Stability before the special parliamentary sitting on Monday. Athletes who will take on the national challenge at the 31st SEA Games in Hanoi are reassured not to worry about the COVID-19 situation in Vietnam when the Games kick off next month. Now, although Vietnam has been recording an average of more than 70,000 positive cases a day, Malaysian contingent chief de mission CDM to the Hanoi SEA Games, Datuk Nur Azmi Ahmad, said, based on his visit to Hanoi last month to review preparations for the biennial Games, the situation there is still under control.
I think atlet no need to worry lah. Yang penting atlet kena jaga diri mereka sendiri. Kita tak boleh nak harap orang Hanoi, orang Vietnam nak jaga kita, kita kena jaga diri kita sendiri supaya kita terawal. Dan saya pun dah berbincang dalam bersama dengan Presiden, kita pun tak allow our atlet keluar kecuali pergi ke kejohanan sebenarnya.
Datuk Nur Azmi was also satisfied with the cooperation given by all sports associations involved in the games this time and assessed that they were ready to bring the Malaysian challenge to Hanoi. Met after a visit to meet with athletes and esports and athletic coaches at the National Sports Council in Bukit Jalil, he stressed that the SEA Games should not be deemed as an outing after not being able to compete abroad following the COVID-19 pandemic over the past 2 years. Malaysia are expected to send 604 athletes and 279 officials to the Hanoi SEA Games, which is scheduled to take place from 12th to 23rd May. The National Archery Association of Malaysia wishes to redeem themselves from their disappointing run in the 2019 SEA Games in the Philippines. Now, they have set eyes on 2 gold medals each in the recurve and compound archery event for this edition of the SEA Games. Recurve head coach Marbawi Sulaiman informed that the national squad this time round consists of seniors and new faces. The men's squad include Olympian Khairul Anwar Muhammad, Muhammad Zarif Shahir Zulkifli, Bryson Ting Tiu Leong and Muhammad Firdaus Muhammad Rusmadi. Meanwhile, the women's team consists of Nur Malia Hanisha Maslan, Shakira Mashakik, Nur Ain Ayuni Fauzi and Nurul Azrina Muhammad Fazli.
Untuk acara recurve, sebenarnya kita tak spesifik kepada individual, tetapi kita mensasarkan untuk acara lelaki berpasukan dan juga lelaki individu.
The national recurve squad had participated in the Asian Cup in Phuket, Thailand last month as a warm-up. 2 simulation tournaments will also be held for the national recurve archery squad as final preparations and to conserve their momentum. Meanwhile, national 110-meter hurdle athlete Rezam Shah Wan Sofian wishes to reclaim goals for the event in his final appearance of the SEA Games in May. In the 2019 edition, Rezam was unable to defend his championship, which he won the previous 2 in years in Kuala Lumpur when he clinched silver in Manila.
Ya, saya sendiri target emas. Walaupun setakat ini diorang pun tidak target saya, tapi saya akan buat yang terbaik untuk dapat rampas pingat yang saya dapat pada 2017. Last Sukan SEA di Philippines saya dapat silver, itu pun kalah di pink. So ini tahun saya akan cuba 100% untuk dapat pingat balik untuk under 10 meter.
Despite hitting the age of 34, Rezam is still optimistic that he can contribute glory to the national contingent. In the 2019 Manila SEA Games, Rezam missed out on the gold to Filipino athlete Clinton Kingsley Bautista through a photo finish decision after they both recorded a time of 13.97 seconds. Rezam, who is planning to end his career as an athlete this year, harbors a wish to begin a new career as a coach. And that's it from us this afternoon. In our top story today, Health Ministry to introduce Drinking Water Quality Act. Join us again for more updates at 10 p.m. on Saluran Berita RTM. I'm Mohana Priya. Thank you for your company.